This is Jason from Cardiac Services, and I'm now going to demonstrate the defibrillator. So any volunteers before he...
You're just there.
You trying to say he's old enough?
I won't last long enough I need it. Alright, Jason.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you very much.
Jason, can we ask questions as we go along?
Absolutely, not a problem. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Firstly, Victor, thanks for organising it. He's been pounding me for pricing and a good deal over the last sort of 4 or 5 months, so thanks for investing on these devices. My name's Jason, I'm from a company called Cardiac Services. I'm actually on holidays. This is why I'm dressed casually. It's not going to feel guilty about it. But I booked this week off because my kids are off work, we're off school from Easter, so. But it's one of those things, we're so busy with these devices, I'm out every Tuesday and Thursday night from now until the middle of August. Just trying to catch up on the training we're doing with them, okay? So, first of all, thanks for buying one. Alright, thanks for, I hope you never have to use it. That's one of those things you want to hang on the wall to scatter dust, okay? If you do need to use it, then it's there, alright? They are very simple, very easy to use devices. You can do nothing wrong. Alright? At the end of the night, you'll believe me that you can do nothing wrong, okay? Alright? You cannot shock anybody by mistake. Alright? I was going to say, even if you've got a big boys brigade group or whatever in here, you can't shock any of the nasty kids, alright? You can't stick them on their ears like Dr. Spock and try and just make their hair stand on end, okay? The machines will not let you. Alright? Anything we do is a help. Alright? Sudden cardiac arrest can hit anybody at any time, at any stage. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter your general health. Sudden cardiac arrest hits anybody. Okay? It's not like a heart attack. Where a heart attack is to do with plumbing and blockages around the heart. Cardiac arrest is to do with the electrical system. So it's when the brain gets confused and sends mixed signals to the heart gets confused and it goes haywire. Sudden cardiac arrest can hit anybody at any time, at any stage, and it comes on without any warning. You can be standing here talking, and within inside a second or two you will be lying on the ground, most likely unconscious, unresponsive, and not breathing. Okay? When that happens, time is of the essence. We have about 10 minutes to do something. First thing we do is shout for help. Scream at the top of your lungs or dial 999. Alright? Get help moving. Once you ring the ambulance service, or they will stay on the phone and then instruct you what to do. So they're there with you the whole time. They'll stay on the phone until the ambulance pulls up outside the front door. Okay? The second thing we do, CPR. It's too long. Everybody know what CPR is? Everybody know how to signal the elephant? We'll have a test later on. Nelly the elephant's the rhythm, we do chest compressions too. Okay? It depends how old you are. Young people these days are trained to We Will Rock You. Or Staying Alive, right? If you're really old like me, you were trained to Nelly the elephant, right? And the third,
is that cover to?
What age is that covered? Below 40. Or sorry, over 40. 40 and up. And the third thing we do is, if we can, we go and get the AED or the defibrillator and we use it. Alright? I'm going to say use all the word is. It's in that box. Oh, there's your one there, sorry. We're thinking, like there's somewhere around the cafe area or in the front door, at the inside the double doors there, on the wall. There'll be a red box like this hanging from the shelf, or hanging from a bracket. Okay? This is the AED. Small, portable, lightweight. Take them with you. Don't need to be plugged into the mains or anything like that. They're fully functional, ready to go in the box.
Do you have to recharge them after the thing?
No.
At least?
No.
No?
No. I'll cover all that with you tonight, okay? This is what it looks like inside the case. Inside the case there's a set of instructions here. The very top line says, check for signs of cardiac arrest, unresponsive and not breathing. Okay, so even as we go, then it says 1, pull the handle. 2, stick on the pads. Number 3, give a shock if the machine tells you to. And it's as simple as that. So as soon as you pull the handle, the machine starts talking. It's a very calm, natural voice and tells us step by step what to do. All we have to do is follow the instructions. If we don't do what it tells us, It'll keep repeating itself until you do what it tells you. Okay? So it'll keep you right. They're designed to be used by people who have had no training. Right through to people who have been fully trained. I'm going to get out of the box, you can see it down. I will probably, if you want to point the camera down, I hate pointing the camera. I'll do it on the floor. Everybody see me down here. Any volunteers? You'll be shocked.
John.
Nobody ever gets up. 16 years I've been doing this, I've never had a volunteer yet.
Nobody ever gets up.
Will it give me an extra 10 or 20 years? Will it?
Well, don't find out. This is our volunteer for this evening, okay? Just call him Jimmy for the evening or something. So, cardiac arrest. Anybody, anytime, anywhere. Somebody collapses to the ground, they're unconscious, they're unresponsive, what's the first thing they do? Dial 999, shout for help, okay? And while I'm on the phone, they'll ask you silly questions like, do you have an AED? Can you get one? Is there somebody there who can go and get it? Do you know how to do CPR? Is the patient breathing? Where are you? Okay. Second thing we do CPR. 2 hands in the centre of the chest. Nelly the elephant packed her trunk. I'm not going to sing. 5 centimetres or 2 inches, or as hard as you can push. All right. And the third thing we do is get the defib. You put the green helmet.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
In every case, we're doing a pair of tough cut scissors for cutting the clothing, okay?
When the patient's chest is bare, remove protective cover and take out white adhesive pads. Look carefully at the pictures on the white adhesive pads. Peel one pad from the yellow plastic liner.
On each pad, there's a picture of approximately where the pad should be placed in somebody's chest.
Look carefully at the pictures on the white adhesive pads.
We can all get a closer look at the way
pad from the yellow plastic liner.
The machine will only do one thing at a
Place
time.
pad exactly as shown in the picture. Press firmly to patient's bare skin.
Okay? It's going at a really slow pace here, so it's going as if I've never used the device before.
When the first pad is in place, look carefully at the picture on the second pad. Peel the second pad from the yellow plastic liner. Place pad exactly as shown in the picture. Press firmly to patient's bare skin. No one should touch the patient.
We're now standing here while the machine's analysing what's going on inside the chest.
No one should touch the patient. Analyzing. Shock advised. Stay clear of patient.
So the machine's decided the shock's going to do some good.
Now.
Big flashing orange button, everybody see it flashing?
Now.
Okay.
Press the flashing orange button
Keeps
now.
telling me to do it until I hit it.
Deliver shock now. Shock delivered. Be sure the ambulance service has been called.
So it even prompts us to
It
ring
is
down the
safe
service.
to touch the patient. Start CPR. For help with CPR, press the flashing blue button.
Never done CPR, we're not 100% sure how to do it. These machines will actually talk you through doing it as well. So we press the blue button.
Place the heel of one hand in the center of the chest between the nipples. Place your other hand on top of the first. Push the chest down firmly 5 centimeters. Keep time with the beat.
Who's going to sing? Okay? Feel free to sing if you want to sing. And after 30 chests, I'm going to do 30 chest compressions. Alright? You don't need to count it. Right, the machine's going to count it for you.
Nose, tilt head, lift chin, and give 2 full breaths. Breathe.
So that's after the 30 chest compressions, we give 2 breaths.
Breathe.
Okay?
Continue with compression.
And then we're straight back on compressions again. For another 30. And we do 30 to 2, 30 to 2, 30 to 2, 30 to 2. We do that for a full 2 minutes. Alright? 2 minutes is an awful long time. Alright? I will talk through 2 minutes here and let this machine run through a 2 minute cycle. It feels like forever. Alright? I always say to people, when do you think you should stop doing CPR? Right, when the ambulance comes, you keep going.
Continue with compression.
Any other time? Start breathing on their own, okay? I always say, when it becomes a danger to you, alright, if you're about to collapse over the top of the patient, because it is hard work, please stop. Alright? There's no point in this. If you collapse over the patient passing out in the ambulance service turns up to deal with 2 of you, alright? If there's more than one of you, swap around. Do 30 or 60 chest compressions each, okay? It is hard work. It is really hard work to do it.
Continue with compression.
Mouth to mouth. With the real machine, we've given you a pocket mask. This is a plastic mask goes over somebody's mouth, okay, and nose. There's a wee valve on it, and you're able to breathe through that to give somebody a mouth to mouth, okay? Mouth to mouth is an option if you're uncomfortable, right, or if it's a danger, blood, vomit, anything around somebody's mouth, you might want to do it. Don't worry about it. Just carry on with the chest compressions. Alright? The mouth to mouth is still in the guidelines. They have talked about taking it out for a couple of years now. They haven't taken it out yet. Therefore, it's still in the DFIPs. Right? If they ever take it out, we will fix the machines. Alright? It just need programming thing we'll have to do. So that's your mouth to mouth covered, alright? 2 minutes is awful long, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a lot longer than people think it is.
And you leave the pads on?
At all times. Sorry. That's the machine. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Touch the patient.
The machine's now going to analyse again. Okay, and see what's going on inside here.
No one should touch the patient. Analyzing. Shock not advised.
No shock advised in this
Safe to
occasion.
touch the patient. If needed, start CPR.
You cannot override
For
it.
help with CPR,
Alright, you can't override the machine. If the machine decides no shock is going to do any good, it will not let you shock. Alright, so you cannot shock anybody by mistake.
So if I put those on me, it will analyse and it won't shock?
Right now, if I use the real machine,
1 minute,
Yeah.
45
I would gladly
seconds
unbox it and stick the
until
pads in your
analysis
chest if you want.
But
You'll owe me £50 for a new set of pads.
That's Danny, so you won't be John.
It will not shock.
You'll be alright.
It will not shock.
30 seconds until
Okay?
analysis
If we
will
do
resume.
nothing, it just counts down for 2 minutes and then we'll analyse again. If the patient's still not breathing, we carry on and do another 2 minutes of CPR. Okay? On average, or the target time for the ambulance service to
15
arrive,
seconds until analysis will resume.
it is between 8 to 11 minutes. Okay? That's their target time. Thankfully, hopefully we'll hear a lot faster now.
Can you change the person doing the CPR?
Absolutely. If there's more than one of you, swap around. If there's 3 or 4 of you, swap around. It's do whatever you can do. All we're trying to do is help somebody. Okay? All we're trying to do is keep them going until such time as the ambulance service and professionals get here.
Right.
Anything we're doing is helping. Alright? The machine is constantly analysing. The machine's like a doctor in your pocket. You know, it's doing everything for you. All you have to do is follow the instructions.
And when you are doing the compressions, what is that? How is that helping?
Okay. When you press into somebody's chest, you're pressing the big chest bone down, okay, you're emptying the heart.
Right, okay.
Okay? When you let go of the spring, the chest bone's the spring, the blood gets sucked in.
Right.
When you press down, the blood gets flushed out.
So you're manually then.
You're manually pumping the heart. And what they're doing by the 5 centimetres, okay, or 2 inches, and the 30, the speed's important. If you get the speed and the depth right, then the blood gets to the brain. The brain stays alive. The brain's the last organ to shut down. It stays everything else. Okay? Keep the brain alive. You're keeping the rest of everything else going. Okay? And that's what CPR does. So you're basically doing the job for the heart and it's normal. All right? We're circulating the blood round and round and round the body, and that's what's keeping us going.
The initial symptoms that someone has, how can you be sure they're having a cardiac arrest?
But the machine won't shock.
It won't shock. And that's,
So even if you're unsure, please go ahead and use the machine.
right.
All right. To say, cost of a set of pads is £50. If somebody's having a cardiac arrest and the machine shocks them and you save their life,
Yeah.
it's £50. If it's not, it's still only £50 for a new set of pads. You know, and
Somebody had a pacemaker fitted with.
then it's not working properly.
It's not working.
And they're going, it's not. Look, I've been asked it. It's not a silly. No, there's no silly questions here. Okay, ask me anything you want. If I can answer them, I will answer them for you. Right?
Yeah.
Pacemaker, obviously, it's not working. or it's doing something wrong, or the heart's went into somewhere that the pacemaker can't correct, okay? Same with implantable defibs. People have implantable defibs these days as well as pacemakers. It's definitely not working.
George has got one.
Yes, I
You have an implantable defib, okay? Well then,
So it doesn't
it's
break
not
down.
working, okay? It's not shocking.
If the heart's only just,
The machine will not get confused by it.
yeah, if the rhythm's just off, and that's what's causing the issue, but the machine still won't shock because it's still okay.
The
It's just
machine
off.
will just look for, the machine will only shock certain algorithms,
Yeah.
okay, which the machine is programmed to look for.
And what about as a child, heaven forbid?
Yep. Okay, children be classes under 8.
Okay.
So once you turn 8, your class is an adult, or 25 kilograms. I wouldn't know what 25 kilograms looks like, but I have a fair idea what an 8-year-old is going to look like, okay? In your real machine, we have put a set of child pads. Okay? Now to change the pads, there's a button on top of the machine here, just where my finger is, for the camera. Okay. Push the button to the side, the pads fall out. Alright? This is what your cartridge looks like. So it's an all sealed unit. Okay? The child pads are pink. There's a picture of a child on the front of them. The adult pads are white. There's a picture of an adult on the front of them. These are training pads, they're yellow, so the machine will say something slightly different. But you literally set it in at the bottom,
Adult
put it in at
training
the
pad.
top,
Training.
the pads are
Press
changed.
the flashing blue
So
button.
button,
to insert
pads out.
pads cartridge.
I grab the child pads, set them in at the bottom, click them in at
Adult
the top,
training pad.
pull the handle, the machine straight into action.
Press the flashing scenario.
Okay? So that's how we change the pads. You have to change the pads once you've used them. You can only use them once. They're single patient use. Alright? You stick them on a man, you will clear his chest when you take them off. Okay. Don't use them on anybody else after that. Alright? Child pads, the big difference between children and adults is on a child we set a pad here in the centre of the chest and a pad on the centre of the back.
It shows you that on
It shows you that on the pads, it tells you that when you're sticking them on. Okay, all the protocols inside the machine updates. If you do the pads wrong, the machine will ask you to look at the picture in the pads and make sure the pads are in the correct placement. Say you stick 2 pads here, okay, or 2 pads here, or 2 pads here. That's one of those nursery rhymes, isn't it? Simon says do this, Simon says that the machine will correct you. It'll ask you to look at the drawing, peel off the pad and replace it correctly.
What if the pads are placed in the wrong place? What if the pads are in the wrong place?
The machine will tell you. Okay, if I stuck 2 pads, if I stuck a pad there and there by mistake, okay, the machine's going to say, it's not going to pick up the rhythm of the heart because your heart's somewhere here. Okay, so it's missing the heart. The machine will ask you to check, look at drawing, place pad exactly as shown on the picture. Once we have done that, the machine will then go on to its next stage and we'll start the analysis where it's seeing what's going on inside the chest.
Just ask, going back onto the question for the child.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with compressions then for the child?
Okay.
If that pad is in the centre,
Work over the top of
just
them.
work over
Work over the top, it's only foam. It's only a bit of foam. Okay? Just work away, as whatever way you've been trained on children. You know, if it's one hand, if it's fingers or whatever, depending on your size and weight. But it's just normal. Absolutely normal. The only different thing is that the position of the pads is slightly different. Their organs are a lot smaller. Their chests are a lot smaller. To be guaranteed of hitting the heart, when we shock them, we shock straight through the chest and out the back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference between an adult and a child. Our organs are a lot bigger.
And still be 30 compressions for children as well.
Whatever you, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure on the compressions in the CPR for children. It is, but sometimes is it less or is it faster and slower? Do whatever the machine tells you. Alright, the machine will, yeah, okay. I'm not allowed to. So I have to show you how to use the machine. That's a different thing. If you have first aid training or whatever else, or if you get someone in to do first aid training, they'll cover that for you. Okay?
It's it, sorry.
Can I ask the purpose of the pad, just this one here, you know, just down lower?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it there and
So
not
the heart's somewhere here in the middle.
closed?
The heart's somewhere here in the middle. It's not exactly in the same place in everybody. Okay? To pick up the electronical signal, it's like the old test in school. Remember you used to get a battery and 2 wires and a bulb in your science class, and you put them, so you're creating a circuit in the heart, out into it. So it's electrical. It's electric. That's right. But 2 pads. It's there and there. When the shock goes in, it's going to hit the heart. Okay. Here and here, shock in, shock out. Right, that's the heart. So it won't pick up the electrical rhythm of the heart.
Because normally, you know, you sort of see these things on TV. You know,
It's all wrong. I was watching a TV program the other night. Somebody was doing this.
Yeah, you always think it's always just fine.
I can't watch Casualty. You see them doing it's wrong, or ER, whatever it is. But even movies these days, they're shot. You know, they're shot on top of the clothes. You know, you don't need to take the clothes off. You know, it's skin on skin contact. It has to be skin on skin contact. Okay. Alright. That's why you got to cut the clothing and remove it.
If it detects a pulse, it won't say carry on CPR, will it?
No.
So it'll say don't carry on CPR.
No,
check for breathing.
if you're breathing,
yes.
Okay, you can have a pulse but not be breathing because you're, you know, all right. So if you're breathing and on your own and you start doing CPR on somebody, it's going to hurt. All right, and that person's going to go. Okay, you'll know if somebody's breathing. You'll hear the gurgling, the choking, or whatever else. You'll hear them breathing on their own again. Okay, but they'll writhe in pain. You know, because it's just normal. It's a body's reaction once you start to get some sort of sensation back, okay? The whole idea of the defib is that you're in this rhythm, the defib shocks you, it stops the heart starts on its own, hopefully correct rhythm, and builds itself back up again to strengthen, okay? If you do shock somebody, and they do come round, please leave the pads on them. Don't disconnect the machine or anything. Okay, don't send them home with a cup of tea. Wait for the ambulance, right? If they had a second cardiac arrest, which is quite possible, the machine's already there, it'll kick in straight away, and I'll advise you to give another shock. Alright, so it's constantly monitoring what's going on. Leave it on, let it run. Alright, when we're done, we take the pads out, we put a new set of pads in, we put the defib back in the case, and we don't even take it out of the case, just put the defib back. Right in the shelf again. Once you change the pads, that's the machine fully functional and ready to go again, okay? We do not have to change the battery. Okay, the batteries in these machines are guaranteed for 4 years or 200 shocks. Okay, if you shock somebody 200 times, change the minister. Is it here?
Yes. Kept coming back for more.
Whoops!
That's into the church underneath, you know, getting an amen, you know.
So, no pressure change that, we're slowly getting our seats. But it's, you know, it's just do whatever you can, alright? You can't do anything wrong. Alright? You can't.
So after 4 years, can we get that recharged?
What will happen after 4 years? Well, the machine will actually start to chirp at you like a smoke alarm. So you'll be walking past someone, you hear this beep, beep, and this blue information button will be flashing. Okay? You just walk over the machine, press the blue button, it'll say, pads inoperable, battery running low, please replace your battery. If it says anything else, it's covered under our 8-year warranty. You'll just be ringing me. It gives you about 10 days notice or 10 shocks before the battery runs out. It'll start chirping. Alright? The battery just comes. It's a block, like this, you know, so imagine mine's double A's, okay? It's a training device. And it comes to the block like this, okay? And it just clicks in like that. The battery's changed, it'll do a self-test, it'll go back on the standby mode, and that's you good for another.
And we buy those from you?
You buy them from us. That's the only thing you buy from us. There's no annual maintenance, no annual service, no annual calibration. Okay?
So obviously this machine speaks to the pad.
Pardon me?
Obviously the machine is speaking to the pad in some way, shape or form, or not, you know,
All we met with, yeah.
with the technology. So if there's no maintenance, how will we definitely know that it's working?
Okay. This is your real machine, okay?
Okay.
You see up here at the top there's a wee green flashing light that's going off about every 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, you can see that through the window of the case.
Yeah.
So you can need to open the case, alright? Every now and again, as part of your health and safety checks, whenever you're doing your fire extinguishers, your first aid kits, whatever else, we note, check the defib. The green lights flash and these machines do 82 self-tests a month on themselves. Alright? Checking everything from pad integrity to electronics to powering the battery. Alright? And that's what wears the battery down over 4 years. Because it's constantly in standby mode. Alright? So it's like that, so it's fully functional, ready to go. Pads fall out.
Insert pads cartridge.
Okay? You can hear the real machine's a lot louder than mine. It's quite a bit louder. So those are adults.
In case of emergency, press the green
We do
on-off button.
We just do nothing and the machine will go straight back on the standby mode again. Go on. Start the flash.
Yeah.
Okay. There's your child pads. Okay. Pinky cartridge. The drawings on them are slightly different. Here in the front there it tells you it's so under 8. 8 or under. Right.
Did you just get a set of each pads?
Yes, we give you a set of each pad with
If you use, after you say the adult ones, how quickly do you get them?
24 hours. You can buy a spare set if you want and put them in the case and keep them, but you have to replace the pads every 2 years because there's a gel on them which dries out. There's a water-based gel to make them stick to you. So you have to replace the pads every 2 years no matter. Even if you don't use the machine, you have to replace the pads every 2 years. That's the only cost of the machine, is that and the battery. Excuse me. Okay. That's the real one. Make sure you that with use. Don't take that one with me.
Have you had any reviews back then to hear of any sort of positive,
Yeah, I mean we hear all, I hear.
Somebody have to use it?
Yeah, I hear all the time because as soon as you hear, as soon as somebody uses it, they have to ring us to get a new set of pads.
I suppose I know.
Okay, so we, oh excuse me, my knees. We'll do about 10 pairs of trousers and 10 pairs of shoes every year. We do hear success stories, yes. It's great. You know, it's there's a couple we know of, a couple of sort of recent ones. There was a guy playing tennis at the Down Tennis Club one Sunday morning. He threw the ball up the stair. He's playing a doubles match and he remembers nothing else. He hit the ground. There was a nurse from the next court. She came over and did CPR for 30 minutes. They had a defib in the club. The ambulance service couldn't find them because they were off this wee beaten street off the back of Hillsborough that they couldn't find, okay? And they got to him, shocked him once, and he got 2 stents in, and he's now back playing tennis again, that's a year later.
And I can vouch for that because I work with a colleague who was there at the time when that happened.
There you go. What was his name? Wolfgang? Wolfgang something was his name? The girl, oh.
Who works, she told me the full story.
Yeah, that's, I mean, they have one of our machines in the place. There's, you know, there's a girl in, was it Hillsborough, Carrie Duff was walking down the street, and she stopped, and she just walked out with her husband, just collapsed on the side of the road, and there was roadworks going on, and there was a nurse stuck in the woodworks, and she got out and started doing CPR. And then there was another guy who worked for the prison service, and he had a defib in the boot of the car. And he went, "What's going on?" And he saw the nurse giving the CPR. So he grabbed the defib, walked out, he shocked her once. She was sitting upright by the time the ambulance came. Now has an implantable pacemaker or defib put inside her chest here now. She has a condition. And she bought them and bought 3 machines for the local area. Put them in one in the local garage and one in the local club, one in I think it was a bar or something like that. But she put 3
Did we not have a wee man die out the spa? Isn't that right?
That's right.
You know, he collapsed and there was no defib, right?
Jason, I was passing there's a Finnegan Crossroads not so long ago, and there's a big sign up and it said Defibrillator located at, say, and it named the shop.
That's the Finnegan News. It's the one of the newspapers, yeah.
Is that not a good idea?
Of course it is. They did that themselves. They did that themselves. I've given you a green sign somewhere there in a box which you can put on the outside of the building you want. It's made of hard plastic. It's a big heart with a bolt of lightning through it. And that's the universal signs for AEDs or defibrillators.
Yeah, because if something happened further up the avenue and nobody knows there's somebody here in the church.
What you can also do, and the Northern Ireland Ambulance Service offer a free service. You can go onto their website, northernirelandservice.co.uk, and you click on register your AED, and there's a form you can fill out. And basically, you say, well, it's in the church, it's accessible Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays between these times. So if anything ever happened out in the street and I was walking past and a friend of mine, and I dialed 999, they can guide me to your defib if it's open. They'll guide you to the nearest defib. And that's a free service. It's up to yourselves to do that. Okay, we won't pass your details on. Alright? And you can put in contact numbers, you can even put sat-nav locations and all in, you know. So they're having a national so the ambulance service will have a national database, okay, of where the AEDs are. Not all of them, only the ones that are registered. Because not everybody's going to register them, you know. So you can do that if you wish. Alright, we have a lot stored in outdoor cabinets now, out in the street and things like that. The one we did recently was, remember the funeral directors from the Craigie Road?
Yes.
It was up last in the week. Somebody smashed it. It's not a smash the glass. Alright, it was a piece of perspex. So that's, you know, but oh, they got caught, so it's great they got caught. Yeah, they got caught, three young lads. And so we have them out in the street as well, with pin codes and cabinets. You know, 5-digit pin codes to get into the cabinet, and the ambulance service keep those and give you the pin code.
So you ring, because I heard there
you
was
ring
talk about that,
999.
so why would there be a pin? So you ring the 99 and they tell you then the pin.
You say, where are you? I'm on the...
Yeah.
And they go, oh right, there's a defib there, the access code's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, okay.
Ambulance service stays on the phone with you until such time as the ambulance turns up. They'll instruct you how to use the defib, and then they'll contact the owner of the defib afterwards and let them know the defib's being used and needs a new set of pads. So, you know, it's a service that started doing it, so that's up to yourselves. Okay?
Just one question can I ask? If by some chance you can't place the pads in that order, I know you're talking about the circuit, say they were to be on opposite sides, would it still be the same thing?
They'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
But you'll always put it on that side.
Well, it's just why I'm asking is my defibrillator's on the opposite side.
Your defib's here,
It is.
because it's right beside it, it's closer to your heart.
It is indeed. That's why
to get the wires from there to your heart.
Well, that's why I wondered
cheap
if
on
the
the wires.
parts were reversed.
Don't spend too much money putting too much wire in it.
Saves me going back for batteries all the time.
Although, George, you got one of those inside you?
No,
It's slightly smaller version, thankfully.
I would like to carry that around.
It's like a first mobile phone, you know?
Big photo plug himself into a cigarette lighter every time he gets out of the car. Every night you go home.
How do you change your batteries, George?
You go back every 8 years or something, 8 or 10 years or something, is it? And they
But you go every year and
and they reprogram it down. Yeah. But how often do the
68 years.
68 years for a battery pack?
Yeah.
He only has a monitor to sit in the bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And that transmits data back to
It
the
does,
hospital, back to the Royal. I'm assuming it's the Royal.
Yeah,
It's marvellous, it really is. It's brilliant.
You just put your finger in the socket, do you?
Recharge damage. Dual A, triple A, they're all like
Look at yourselves. She might hear that or something. Everybody happy enough? Anybody want to have a go? Nobody ever volunteers. Do you want me to go through it one more time? Quickly, just to show you how it works. A bit faster this time, right? Okay. I'll give her these pads first, because I can't use them.
Although surely you can use those again because they're trained.
They're tuning pads. Well, I'm not going to wire them all up, but I'm going to set here, okay? So, somebody's collapsed. Are you alright? No. Help! Somebody ring 999 for me. Can somebody please go and get the defib? Okay. I'm doing the chest compressions to the best of my singing ability. Alright? Grab the defib. Now I'm going to go a bit faster this time because these machines go at the same speed we go at. So if you know what you're doing and you're a trained person, this machine will keep up with you. Alright? So, in the case.
Begin
Have
by
the clone
removing
already
all
off.
clothing from the patient's chest.
Take the pads out.
Look carefully at the pictures on the white
Pad off.
pads.
Look at the drawing, that goes there.
Exactly as shown
Look at
in
the
the
drawing.
picture. Press firmly to
That goes
patient's
there.
bare skin.
Machine
No
straight
one
the
should
analyze
touch the patient.
within a couple of seconds.
Analyzing.
Alright? It takes 8 seconds to analyze.
No one should touch the patient. Analyzing. Shock advised. Stay clear of patient.
Nobody touching the patient
Press
for me?
the flashing orange button now. Shock delivered.
Okay.
Be sure the ambulance
I'm on
service
the
has
phone.
been called. It is safe to touch
I
the
want to do
patient.
the CPR.
Start
Press the I
CPR.
button.
Place the heel of one hand in the
I can
center of
start
the
because I
chest
know what I'm
between
doing.
the nipples. Place
Okay,
your
I'm
other hand
doing away
on
with the
top of the
CPR.
first. Push the chest down firmly 5 centimeters. Keep
There
time
for a
with
minute.
the beat.
Okay. 30 chest compressions. 2 breaths if you're happy enough to do it. And there's no danger to you. If there is, use the pocket mask. Okay. Then we're back on 30 chest compressions again.
Tilt head, lift chin,
Sweat from
and
everything
use
already.
2 full breaths. Breathe.
Got 2 breaths. Corny voice to make you slow down.
Continue with compression.
Back on the compressions, okay? And we'll just do that 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, the machine will analyse again. Advise if another shock advised or not. No shock advised. And they're still not breathing, we carry on with the CPR. The patient's breathing. And we've shocked them, they're still breathing, they're okay on their own. Just leave them lying there. Stay with them, keep an eye on them, wait for the ambulance service.
Chin and give 2
Okay.
full breaths.
And then ambulance service will come in and take over. We replace the pads. Press button on top of the machine. Pads fall out, new cartridge. Just use this one for example. Set it at the bottom, click it in at the top, and that's your machine ready to go again. Okay. Any questions, any problems?
Yeah.
My business card's on the back of the machine. Alright, my phone number's on it, give us a ring at any stage.
Just whenever you having you to put the head in a certain position to blow in.
Machine tells you tilt head, lift chin.
Yes, alright. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Lift chin, tilt head. Yeah, the machine actually tells you to do that. If you haven't been on a resource course or you want to do a resource course, there's groups out there do it like St. John's, the Red Cross, all those companies do training courses on resuscitation. Okay, which is what this is, the mouth and the. They charge about £60 a person. Okay,
much.
It's a certified course, £60, right? But it is a certified course. It's a proper. You get a certificate and all the end of it. Okay, certified. So you can do that. I'm sure there's probably some people in the church have already done it, or some people have done it through work, or whatever else. Okay, so but if you want to go down that line, the option's always there if you want to get the further training. It's good because it teaches you everything. From how to deal with babies, children, right through to, we had ours last week, we got ours from work too, we got ours done on work. We're even showing, you know.
I think it's good. You have to keep being reminded of refreshers.
Yeah, there's a reason why the ambulance service do it once a month. You know,
See the mouth, Michael. Is there any chance of
training pads? Training.
The patient sort of vomiting, you know?
That's why you use the pocket mask.
Well, I know that, but
in the pocket mask, if they start choking, that's a good sign. It normally means they're breathing again.
Ah, right. Well, I know. I was on, and the guy actually died. He choked.
You can't save everybody.
That's why he died.
Yeah, but the worst thing you can do is do nothing.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? It's better to do something than do nothing. We can only do what we can do. Yeah. That's what we're saying. Give them the extra.
Tilt his head and trying to help pick up.
No, tilt to the side, and would that not?
Oh yeah, I mean, once they're breathing all the rest, you're meant to put them back into the recovery position. Yeah, which is onto their, you know. Again, so then that would be done by different organisations instead of us. All I can show you is the operation of the defib.
You're
or how to charge more.
I know this might sound stupid.
It's not, as long as it's nothing stupid.
You know, you do come on someone like that there, and the pads go on skin,
skin on skin.
What do you do? Like, I mean, how, do you just...
Skin on skin. You worried about it being a female or?
Yeah.
Cut through the clothing, modesty goes out the window. Okay. The person doesn't know anything. Okay. Once you've shocked them when they're breathing, obviously you can cover them up. But we need skin on skin contact. And the reason I think of skin on skin contact, the way I look at it is the pads have to be skin on skin contact. Okay. If I want to see somebody's chest rising and falling, it's a lot easier to see it when it's just skin. If you're wearing a big loose blouse or a big shirt and a jumper, you might see the chest go up and down, okay? But when you're given CPR, skin on skin is a lot more secure than doing it on a blouse or a shirt where you start doing this. Okay, and slagging around. There's a couple of reasons. You know, hopefully it's one of those things that's never going awry. You know, you save somebody's life.
I'm not worried about that.
You won't be worried. No, honestly, I mean, it's not.
It's more paying for their clothing.
Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you.
Say
So the girls came and
Do you suggest
said stand back.
Can you do lots of suggestions on the national?
military training?
No, maybe. As I said to Victor earlier, Phillips has a YouTube channel.
I pay online if you
Phillips
have
Medical. Okay, and up there they have 3-minute videos on how you use a defib or what happens in 3 minutes. And they're only 3 minutes long. Because people's intentions are to wait after 3 or 4 minutes, you know, so I'm not watching this. And it's 3 minutes. It's what can be done in 3 minutes. And it's they show you how to use a defib. It's wee refresher courses.
140. When you said 140, I thought you were getting for that.
You can do nothing. It seems that you know nothing. It seems that you know Get your